Welcome back. In the previous part, we ended up with several choices, didn't we? The first one was this one. What is it doing here? And we decided to attack the enemy, which did seem to be the right option, because it led off and we didn't get a bad ending. We ended up with more options. So, we're coming back here right now. Why does it say now loading in the bottom right? What's it loading there? I don't know. But we're going to choose everyone run for it, which seems like the right choice, but maybe it's the wrong choice. Let's go have a look. We tried running for it, but the suddenness of its appearance caught us off guard. There was nowhere to go. Each second mattered, each moment lost was one step closer to death. None of us could have dealt with the attack coming from the skies. One after the other, my comrades were felled by an eerie beam of light. I was the last one to die because of someone else's indecision. I was incinerated, left to rot on the body of my comrade. Alright then, that's the first of the bad decisions. Let's load the next one. Alright then, so at this point, what we've done is actually tried to fight the boss, and then we decided to analyze Clea's items to see if they were corrupted, etc. That worked out well, they were fine, etc. We tried to heal Sheena. So let's actually verify Sheena's connection, which is probably going to cause problems. If there's a way for me to separate the data from her consciousness and her physical model, then there might be hope for us to save Sheena.
I'll figure something out! Hang in there, Sheena! We'll save you!
Damn it! If this game were working properly, then this wouldn't be so difficult!
Hey! What's going on over there? At this rate, Sheena's gonna...
Shut up! Oh, sorry. That was out of line. I just need some space to think, okay?
I'm the one who's sorry. This is all my fault. Use as many items and healing stones as you need. Please. Just let me know what I can do.
The entire world is corrupted by strains of bugs right now. Even medicine has no guarantee of success.
But...
The bomb was defective. In truth, whatever medicine you're trying to give us could just as easily fail.
And the thing is, we know it actually works quite well.
I can't seem to grasp how or why the bomb didn't work. Seriously, I've never ever had a problem with any of my products.
True or not, there's no changing the fact that it did not work. Therefore, we cannot rely on your medicine to do us any favors.
So are you telling me there's nothing I can do?
Yes.
So Sheena's gonna die?
Who cares about you right now? I don't care what it takes. We need to do everything we can to save Sheena. We can't lose her. Enigma, if you're still planning on saving her, now would be a good time.
Soon! I just need a few more seconds.
Damn it, I feel so helpless. Enigma, are you sure you can manage on your own?
Now here's the question, what if both options are actually the right option here, and we don't get a bad ending?
Look, Sheena stopped breathing! Enigma, hurry!
All right, we're good. Time to initiate the program.
Please, Sheena, wake up!
It's running. How's Sheena doing?
She's still not moving.
What's going on? You said that she'd be okay.
Huh.
Sheena! She's awake! What a relief!
My body will
Uh-oh.
Relax, Sheena. I've temporarily separated your mind from your body. It might be a pain for now, but hang tight until your body's healed, okay?
Sheena's gonna be okay, right?
Yeah, for now. She's alive.
Uh-oh.
Promptly eliminate unknown factors.
What?
Promptly eliminate unknown factors. Promptly eliminate unknown factors.
What the? What's going on?
Huh? Something's happening to Sheena! Sheena, please! Come back!
You can't die, Sheena!
God damn it! The corpse is coming! It's heading right for us! Lily! Al! You two need to get out of here, or else...
I'm not leaving Sheena behind!
You're all gonna die.
I too will will raise my weapon. Once more!
No, don't fight them, Lily!
Well,
Promptly eliminate unknown factors.
No!
This is no use. We need to get out of here. Sheena is already dead.
No, she's not dead yet!
Al! Run for it! Otherwise, they'll kill us all!
Promptly eliminate unknown factors.
yeah, I noticed. Oh. Very well. Alright, so let's load to the point we should actually be in the game. Ugh. Alright then, here we are. A car is about to hit us. We chose previously, run as fast as you can, and we got hit. And we died. So let's push Lydia out the way, and that should save us, I assume?
Shit!
As I stepped forward to cross the street, a black car came barreling across the intersection, its tire marks skidding across the dark asphalt. They sped through the red light. I had no time to react. I threw Lydia away from where I was, just in time for her to avoid the car that was charging towards me. But before I could get away, I lost my momentum and fell to my knees.
Arta!
Headlights flashed in front of my eyes, and I was blinded by a cascade of white. I heard that. Moments of extreme fear, the body has a way of slowing everything down, giving you time to react in a split second. I might have overheard that on the television. I believe they called it fight or flight. Is this how I die? But it's going to hurt. My shoulder's already bruised, so I just hope the car hits me quickly enough to kill me. Actually, a direct collision into my ribs might debilitate me. At least, so I've heard. Maybe an impact to my spine would be an instant death. I mean, if this is how I go. Damn it. Sorry. Sheena! What?
Lars, Moriendi, remit val, omnis toi.
Sorry, what?
I thought I was a goner. Huh?
What did Lydia do?
My neck feels a little warm.
I was mesmerized. I wanted to bask in the warmth for a second longer before apprehensively opening my eyes. Obscured by the shine of light was a shadowy outline of a mysterious figure walking toward me. Who was it? Soon my vision cleared up. I realized that my head was resting on Lydia's lap, and I shot up with an incredulous smile.
Lydia, are you okay?
What did you do?
I'm safe, thanks to your quick thinking.
What did you do?
I see. Well, that's good. What have I missed?
You were almost run over, but you dodged the car somehow.
Those headlights? Right behind Lydia, I could have sworn that I saw a blinding flash of white light. Light sparkled in the corner of her eyes. Is she crying?
Ouch.
Does your shoulder hurt?
Yeah, I threw it out when I hurled you onto the street. Feels like it's on fire.
Arta, you sound like an old man.
Shut up. I'm a nerd, not an athlete. Ow. How about you? You hurt?
I think I bruised my butt falling down.
Really? I'm sorry to hear that. Makes sense, since I basically chucked you over, huh?
There might be a welt down there. Could you check it out for me?
Really? Don't you try and change the subject. I'm looking you dead in the eye. You did something.
Stop it. I already apologized.
I'm only joking. Thanks, Arta.
Yeah, we need to get out of here. Are you able to move?
My butt hurts. I'm not sure if I can run fast enough.
Well, I'm giving you a piggyback ride. Is that good enough for you, princess?
Well, I guess it'll do.
This freeloader. How come she gets to complain?
This is very suspicious. I looked both ways down the street, cautious about seeing another car zooming past, and I returned to the train station with Lydia in tow.
Alright, we've been at it for a while now. I don't think the rabid people will find us here. Crap!
Hello there! A minute of your time, perhaps.
2 men stood ahead, staring back at us while their bodies were hidden by a water fountain. Clutched in the man's hand was a police badge. Oh, great.
Shit, it's the police.
Run!
Lydia, get the hell out of here. Call Tokiwa and find a safe place to hide.
Huh? What about you, Arata?
We can't stick together. I'll see what they want and then catch up with you guys later. Just hurry up and move.
Lydia pursed her lips, fidgeting as she contemplated leaving me before finally stepping away.
Who is the girl?
Oh, just a friend of mine. She sped home so she wouldn't miss her favorite anime. So can I help you with something? Are you trying to bring me in for questioning?
You work for Enigma, don't you?
Huh?
Now, don't be coy. You're Arata Mizunashi, is that right?
How the hell do they know this?
Yes, I am.
I assume you're aware of the cyber-terrorist attack that's been making headlines, right?
No, I don't know what you mean.
You see, son, I'm not one to believe that Enigma is the group responsible for this attack. In fact, I think your name was incorrectly lumped in.
Oh, they're trying the good cop routine right now, are they?
I mean, with both the authorities and the press hot in your tail, I imagine this must have been a stressful time. So, we can prove you're innocent.
Maybe what you should do if you're going to try this tactic, Detective A, maybe you shouldn't phrase it in such a way that sort of sounds very suspicious that you have other intentions, you know?
We were interested in bringing you in as one of your company's staff members to clear some things up for us, just for formality's sake.
I mean, it sounds like you're going to do sort of like a little cackle at this point, like, just for formality's sake.
What do you say? Mind walking down to the station with us?
Just stop with the creepy voice. Detective A? You haven't even got a name.
Of course, this is all at will. If you deny our request, however,
See, there's the bad cop.
one might be inclined to believe that you've got something to hide.
It's Detective B for bad cop.
Well, I can't stay for too long, though. That all right?
Of course. We won't use up too much of your time. The station's just down the street. If we find nothing of note, you'll be home in a flash.
And Detective A is Detective... Alright. I don't know, I had to think of something with A.
Got it. I guess I can spare 10 minutes.
You fool.
Thank you for your cooperation.
A kind smile formed on the detective's lips as I nodded in acceptance of his invitation.
You're a real son of a bitch. You won an award for that performance?
I mean, it wasn't that good a performance, you could tell he was up to something.
Hey! Look at me when I'm talking to you. I know you did it, you rat-faced punk. You can't play dumb forever. This won't go how you think it will.
Probably will.
I was careful not to let my guard down as they escorted me to the station. As soon as I walked through the door, my suspicions were confirmed.
At least Archer's been sensible about this. To no surprise, I was thrown into the cold, metallic interrogation room. The detectives wasted no time barking at me.
Arata Mizunashi, I don't think you understand how much shit you're in. Allow me to explain why you and your company are currently suspects in this cyber-terrorism catastrophe. Remember when cell phones, TVs, and computers were all displaying an image when the initial hack started up?
No.
Our intel team informed us that the funny image appearing on those hacked devices matches the login screen for your company's video game.
And what?
At first, we thought it was a coincidence. Some sick trick. No way could your company maliciously infect devices worldwide simultaneously.
So what led you to believe that what changed your mind?
But then we realized the command hub that initiated the illegal global terror attack was connected to Enigma's main server all along.
But again, it's like that doesn't mean you should suspect anyone there. It's like, yeah, investigate the people there. It's just they could have used that area to send it out like a ruse. Are you really going to fall for this?
What? That can't be true.
I mean, it can, and obviously it is.
That brings us to you. You've been accessing the Enigma servers from your home office, haven't you? What were you doing?
I work from home.
Is he talking about World's Odyssey? Well, I'm a programmer, so I was coding one of my games remotely. I wasn't accessing Enigma's servers. I was using another company's.
You bastard. We have transmission records straight from Aggle that show exactly when you connected to Enigma's servers.
Oh. Yeah, so the second he booted up World's Odyssey, boom! Everything got sent out, etc., etc.
You still want to play dumb? Huh?
That can't be right. The game is operating off of Aggle's servers. There's no way I could have gotten access into the game without logging into Aggle's user interface.
Are you saying that Aggle's lying? Why should we believe you?
Why should you believe Aggle? Simple as that.
What should I do? Even if I were to tell them the whole story about Odyssey, they probably wouldn't believe me.
I don't believe you, and I've seen it happen.
I'll prove my innocence. Actually, there's no way you could have accessed those records without the proper clearance. So I'm inclined to believe they were illegally obtained.
Ooh.
We're way past the 10 minutes that I promised. I'm going home now. This whole thing is at will anyways, right?
Yeah, go ahead. For now, that is.
The detective plopped into his chair with a thud as he glared intensely back at me. I wasn't sure who was the cop and who was the crook.
You better believe that once we dig up enough dirt on you, I'll be knocking on your door with an arrest warrant. Remember me. The man that's going to arrest you is Senji Hizumi.
Oh, he's got a name. He's going to be significant then. Why is he so damn persistent? He was needlessly aggressive, giving me the impression that there was something amiss. But I didn't have time to waste.
I'm leaving.
Oh, come on. We were just getting started. Right, Mizunashi?
The detective known as Izumi tried putting his hands on my shoulders as I stood up from my seat, and he pressed me back into my chair.
Ow!
Hey, you want to know why the cops are after you? It's because people are starting to die after playing that game you helped program.
Oh. Are they connected to the game somehow?
What?
You saw the screenshot that went public after the cyber attack, didn't you? The one from the game you worked on?
I mean, I suspected something like this, but how are they? It's got to be directly related to the game.
Some hacker had some grand plans. And by God, the madman did it.
Did what?
Just like your company, this hacker signed an NDA with Aggle to license the Alice engine and develop a game with its technology. Thinking he'd have a bit of fun, this hacker decided to infiltrate the server with all of the assets related to the Alice engine. That includes World's Odyssey, which otherwise would have been inaccessible to him.
He was able to infiltrate the game? Are there players besides Sheena in there?
He entered an incomplete game and began tinkering with some of the settings, changing things that he shouldn't have. He scattered proof of his misdeeds all over the internet. See for yourself.
Detective Hizumi began typing crudely onto his tablet and opened up a forum thread on an occult website. If you get in, you'd be a hero. No one's ever seen WOD from the inside. I was able to log in. LOL. You guys should join me. Seriously, you're a god. Ha ha ha. How'd you do it? Even if the game isn't active, is it still hacking? I'm reporting you to the cops. I don't recommend this game for noobs. It's a VR MMO, so you'd have to wear the right goggles to enter.
So, this hacker falsified the security protocols to get login verification for Aggle's servers? Whoever it was knew what he was doing. He left behind a digital paper trail so blatant anyone with half a brain could copy him.
Hero, this VR is super immersive, right? Is it safe to jump in? Come back safe, Hero. We'll be waiting for your reply. Did the hero die?
He hasn't responded since his last post. This information hasn't been made public, but some of our detectives were able to uncover what became of the hacker.
His eyes were gouged out.
The man's name was Shuzo Kitamura. He was living alone inside of a rundown apartment, but his death was somewhat out of the ordinary.
What?
It's the guy from the Sakaki Apartments. One who wrote in the diary. Ah, so we are going to get round to the one whose eyes were gouged out, but it's not this guy. Sounds like someone started stalking him and murdered him once he started digging around in World's Odyssey.
Ever since Kitamura stopped posting, there have been plenty of copycats trying to top what he did on the forum. The second victim is this college student.
Eyes, I assume?
He was able to compile instructions on how to hack into the Alice Engine servers, using the forums on a computer at his friend's house. One of them was playing the game while wearing a VR headset, while the other was watching his playthrough on the PC monitor. Without the headset, his buddy could barely make out what was happening on the screen. So according to that kid...
Whoa! It's like you're practically inside the game! They should have this thing up for pre-order with DLC months ago. Dude, you're hogging the headset. Well, whatever. Man, I can't tell what the hell's happening on this monitor. Whoa! This one is enormous! It's gotta be a boss! What's it doing in the tutorial area? I guess this game isn't balanced at all. This is ridiculous! It's practically unplayable! Yeah, go! No, don't die, don't die! If you die, then you're buying me dinner! She died. That's a shame. A pretty girl having her stomach torn out of her. What a waste. Hey, what's wrong? Hey!
Alright then.
Shit, this isn't good. I need to call an ambulance. Shit! Hurry!
As soon as the player's character was killed, foam started coming out of his mouth, and he keeled over. By the time the ambulance arrived, he no longer registered a pulse. The doctors had never seen anything like it. They performed an autopsy, but that was it. No other cause of death could be determined.
Was this really happening? Is this what it meant when your mind goes blank? What the detective said was true. What kind of game did we bring into this world? Can dying inside of the game while wearing your headset result in permanent death outside of it? Could that happen to Sheena?
Soon, the kid who survived started posting everywhere. The forum was eventually removed to avoid the risk of more casualties.
Yeah.
Take a gander at a screenshot we pulled from the web archive. All right, Mr. Programmer, why don't you fill us in on how that happened?
I wish I could tell you.
Explain to me how some virtual reality game was able to rip someone's mind from out of their body. I can't wrap my head around it. I mean, it's a video game, not real life. Maybe some wise guy tried bridging the two.
It's gonna be Heathcliff again.
I'd be willing to bet that you tried developing a system to render players in some kind of catatonic state, didn't you? Didn't you?
Yes, of course. That was Cell Games.
I'd never do anything like that. Now piss off!
You've got some balls, kid.
Let me out of here already. Sheena. If Sheena dies...
Detective Hizumi dropped his phone on the table, rubbing his temples forcefully before seething at me with bare teeth.
Who's Sheena? You know something, don't you? Suit yourself. If you insist that you're innocent, then you'll need to prove it to me. I think the two of us need to spend a little more time together, though.
Really? Let's go on a nice holiday. I nearly said vacation. She's infecting me. Detective Izumi nodded to the other detective curtly and stepped out of the room. He glanced at his cell phone screen, noticing that his voice recorder had been left on. He had been recording our entire conversation. A text notification pinged on the detective's cell phone. Mizunashi. Mizunashi. Done well. It's me, Werner.
Is that from the CEO?
I've hacked this man's phone. Now I need you to follow my instructions. I'll help you escape. How did he know that I was here? He's supposed to be on a business trip. I immediately reached for this phone to stop it from vibrating again.
So, you've been recording our conversation, huh? Guess I underestimated you.
Don't touch it. Leave it on the table.
Soon the other detective watching you will be prompted to leave the room.
Hey, Mr. Narimoto. There's an urgent call waiting for you. They say it's an emergency. I'll patch you through to line 1.
Got it. I'll be right in. All right, Mizunashi. I know that technically you're here at will, but if you leave without our permission, it's not gonna be pretty.
I need to wait 30 seconds, and after those 30 seconds, I want you to stand up and walk straight out of the room.
15. 16.
I didn't believe him at first, but the detective had left the room just as the CEO suggested. Guess I have no choice but to trust him.
20. 21.
Is this gonna work? But
29. 30. What the hell?
Huh? What happened? Power must have tripped.
Ugh, I'm gonna look into it.
sneak into the crowd. Don't draw attention to yourself. Walk, don't run.
Wow, I made it out.
Well done. Now I want you to run to Minokata's office as quickly as you can. Lydia and Rin should be there.
They're safe? Oh, thank you, sir. I have no idea how you did it, but I just hope Sheena's okay. I gotta hurry. Tokiwa, how's Sheena?
And unfortunately, this will be a nice place to end this part. Sorry about that. We'll see you in the next part. We'll see how Sheena is. I'm assuming she's alive. We're not on a bad ending, so ta-ta for now.